Well,
I blame the dog.
It's getting annoying. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm Pandora.
Yes.
This is my unboxing video. Bo is chasing moose, and it's frustrating. Now, you might ask, why are you guys matchy-matchy? Cute, right?
Oh, the outfits.
Yeah. Raymond, our dear friend Raymond and Kevin, sent us matching PJs. And I realized that Tommy's are a smidgen cooler because he got the stripes. But I also like the piping. I know you're going to say, piping.
I like piping.
But the stripes, but the piping. I don't know which is better, but we look cute, and that's what's important. Tommy had to, he got mad because I opened the bottom one.
She only had one button open.
Yeah, I was trying to open that thing up. I was trying to really let him air out for a Friday night. It is Friday night. And I thought, if we I don't have any cleavage, and I thought, let's show a little side boob.
And get demonetized before we start, because that's the way to do it.
You know what? All you got to do is ask to be monetized again, and they do it.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's how it works.
That's not at all.
Happens to me every time.
Yeah, it's
you request a review and they give it on back. You say,
yes, it's
I let the boobs out and I'm sorry. You just say, I'm sorry that I showed some side boob, and they go, well, we
Here's
accept.
the thing. I feel like I shouldn't say this out loud, but I may have showed your boob once before in a video.
Yeah, I never found it. I looked everywhere for it. They're not hard to find. It's not like they're,
Oh, no, they were there. And if there's anyone here who saw it, I apologize for doing that to my girl, but it was an accident. I didn't even realize she was in the shot. She was laying down while the cat was being cute.
I don't have anything to show.
Good, then don't.
Well, what's new with you guys?
So good to see you.
Do we look royal, like the Royal Order of Scovilles? Yeah, sexy and satin. I didn't know this, but he likes to touch my butt when it's got silky stuff on it.
Yes.
You do?
Uh-huh.
You've said this.
I have.
You did it today.
I did.
On our date last night.
Yesterday too, yeah.
We went on a date last night, and we had just the best time, and it was really cute, and well, it was a lot of fun, was it not?
It was an awful lot of fun.
Tell me
we don't look spanky and blue. You know what we have not done? And I feel kind of bad about it.
What's that?
Roll call.
Oh, I've been doing roll calls since the dawn of man.
You've been dropping the ball is what you've been doing.
Well, Aria's here.
Who is?
Aria.
Aria, good to see you.
Carrie Bruton. I love Shelley. Kathleen Finnegan. Sarah Bowman.
Sounds
Trisha
Irish.
Briggs. Does sound Irish. Speaking of Irish, where the hell is Layla Bradley?
Maybe her boyfriend's in town. She kind of disappears when
she goes to see him in Germany.
Yeah.
Charlie Mullins, Bunny Beach.
It's muffins.
Okay. Caroline in the Moment, Lady Bird Sue, Jam. I love Jam. Sarah from Cali. She's recently subscribed and need to figure out how to become a member. Well, that's so nice, Sarah. We couldn't tell you how. We don't know, but thanks for being here.
We're not good at this.
Looks like you're doing great.
We're not good at this.
Ladybug Melissa's here. I love Cassie Mosier. Cassie, I saw your comment on my last video that if I become and date a woman, you're going to be first in line. I get that.
How about that?
I haven't forgotten, Cassie.
Okay.
Original Ann, JR, Mary Behrens, Chow Yun Smut.
Hey, Cricket.
Can't stay long, but you have to run into town. We know what that feels like. Holy.
So you're not going to be back till tomorrow at 4?
Debbie Jules, I understand that. I'm sorry, and I hope you get better. Jason P, I love you. Chrissy, Marie's here.
Cricket,
Allison.
Are you packing 4 days worth of supplies? Because when we go to town, we have to.
Metcalf Palumbo. I love her. Laura Lou. Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Raymond got us these. Boudica Boo. SMSP. Amy Edge. TKK. Lori Lee. Lori Swenson. Not related.
Swanson.
Irrelevant Panda. Mrs. G. Tampa B.
Yes.
Looks freshly hair. No, actually, I just got home from a walk with the dogs. They stayed here and I went and walked the dogs. So I wish it was freshly hair, but it's not.
No, we're playing baseball, actually.
With all your knowledge on the subject, would you ever want to be allowed to be a pharmacist?
You know what? If I could be a pharmacist, I think that would be
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Bless you twice.
Hi, Goosebump.
I think that would be a lot of fun, actually. I think I could. I think I would be good at it too. But they would, they would frown on that with all the
They
drugs.
might frown on that, but I would love it if you were one. I think you'd make a cute pharmacist with your
I
little
would.
white jacket.
Right?
Thank you, Trisha Briggs.
Watch, check this out.
Jam, you're second in line. Absolutely.
Have you taken these before? Right? Tell me I couldn't be a pharmacist. Have you taken these before?
Yeah, you really got that.
Yeah.
You ran away with it.
Make sure you take this with food.
Not just anyone can get away with that line.
No. Make sure you take this with food. This one you don't want to take be in direct sunlight.
Wow.
Or take grapefruit juice. Yeah. Oh, I can do it.
You're definitely halfway there.
And you want to see the rest of it?
No, I think
we didn't fill that, but you could come back tomorrow at 4.
I think you got it down. That's pretty much all you need to know. Ursina, what are you doing awake?
That's a bug tussle pharmacist.
I love Ursina. Charisse is here. I love that she's here. Florence Southern. VTV. Damn, it's sexy in here, girl. I love VTV. Pat Kimbrell's here. Angie Moe. Yeah, those towns are serious business. Lori Abs, I love that you made it. Baby Steps. Glad to be back and all caught up. She just got back from vacation.
Oh.
I wonder again, how did Happy Thoughts honeymoon go?
Right.
We're waiting to hear. I get enchiladas on my honeymoons, but apparently you don't.
I'm not a
What are you going to eat?
Peaches.
Peaches and cream. Okie Mom is here. I love that. Anon, welcome. Tammy Morgan.
Anon.
Thank you, Tammy Morgan. Tommy's glasses match your jewelry, Reese.
Yeah, we
Look
color
at that.
coordinate.
It does match.
We color coordinate.
That's wild. Hey, Sally. Jeannie Hansen. Rhonda Frank. Love her. West Coast Fancy Nancy. Marie Marion.
West Coast for
VTV. Yeah, killed it on that video. I agree. Wicked Tinkers, Otter Dancer, Annika's mom, Trisha Briggs.
Hold me closer.
Ursina, I still can't believe you're here this late. I know, Tampa B, he did great on the colors. Raymond is good at choosing. You have no idea. He sends me the most fun stuff.
No, he's got skills. And he's helped my carpal tunnel.
He sent something for Tommy's hand. Thank you, Liz Triggs. Late Night Snacks. Hey, Reese and Tommy, happy Friday. Love the jammies.
We're fans too.
Thank you. Ivy's mama. Kristen Melinda.
Kristen
I love
Melinda's
her.
here.
Thank you for being a member,
Woo-hoo.
babe. Christine Baker.
Look who I've got on my leg. Yeah. Guess who's back?
Lydia, what the heck?
What are you doing? Come on.
Punky. Oh.
She's that's
My
the cat
God.
spot. It's normally not.
That's silly. We didn't even know you were there. It's silly.
She did this last time too.
What happened here?
This
Good
is
Lord.
her way of working her way. How you been?
Jeez Louise. We just got back from a walk. Original Anne. Lucia.
She's a bit what's the word I'm looking for?
Gorgeous and
That's the one.
kissed by the Lord.
Uh,
Kissed by the Lord. Kissed by the Lord.
I
Yes.
was gonna go with entitled.
Oh, really?
No.
Good.
Not really.
Because that's the last time you'll ever say that. You can take your jammies and get the hell out. Love you, babe.
She's a bit
Hi, Alicia.
spoiled.
A bit spoiled? Really? Joanne Ventrilla. Let's not go there.
Right, tell her.
She's incredibly special and she should be treated as such.
And
John
she is.
Chamwowski, I love that you're here. Let's get the drinking. Not drunk. Super chat's going.
That's the spirit.
I love you, Tampa B. Just because. Oh, Aria, I love you. I'm
Well, and
so
we feel
glad you're out of the
adorable. Do you
hospital.
Do you feel adorable in these? I feel like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. I don't know that I feel like Hugh Hefner, but
I feel a
I
little
feel
Hefner-like.
fancy. I feel fancy. I feel more feminine than Hugh Hefner.
That's probably a good thing.
He sent a matching set to Huxley, Cassie Mosier. Is that the cutest thing? Yeah, I would say that's a good word. Goosebumps. Maybe a little judgy.
From time to time.
Yeah,
She's,
entitled, not so much. Judgy.
mm, You see what you've started?
I feel like those blue jammies need character makes. Thomas Crimington, the third.
Nice.
And Reese is doing the perfect voice. VTV, that's
Thomas Crimington.
Thomas Crimington, the third.
Yeah. Okay.
I
come by
Squirrel Girl, thank you, babe.
third in the line of the Crimmers.
Mm-hmm. Third in line. It's judgy. Yeah, she's judgy, Shelly. I get it, guys. I mean, there's a little bit of judge. But she deserves to be judgy because she knows more than all of us and she's better than every one of us. So I think it's well deserved, and I'm going to go with that.
Amen. Very
VTB
small nose.
makes us laugh.
It's a very teeny snout.
Very weird. I'm not sure. Is he chewing his nails?
What are you working on there, Bocephus? It is his nails.
That's sad.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that tomorrow with a
That's right, Marie.
hatchet.
Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle. Gertie Jammy Fun. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. Look at those little eyeballs. My God, so curious about the world. Really intense. I wouldn't call you judgy because you know everything about everybody. She was placed here by the Lord. Placed here by the Lord.
The hands thing is she's
Babe.
yeah. She's a very, very entertaining dog at all times.
Hi, Yorkie Mom.
You should see
Ivy's
when we go
mama.
on walks.
Mary Barons. She loves to go on walks.
And her legs work. I mean, if you look at Bo, all Bo has to do is think about moving, and he moves like a greyhound. That dog moves so fast; it's incredible.
Silly.
And her little legs.
Her little legs carry her as they should.
They keep her up. It's amazing, actually. You can't even see them. How you doing, Bo?
Too small. Kissed by the Lord. Lisa Trimble, thank you for the one membership. That's amazing, girl. Thank you.
Lisa. Good to see you.
Oh, you would date me? I'm
How
older.
about that?
I love that, actually. That's right up my alley. Lucia, plus you have the hottest name ever. Tony's Hooter. Tommy, I was just writing you look like Hugh Hefner.
Let's see that. Are there elbow patches? No, but there should be. No elbow patches, but I do look like
VTV. I didn't think about the elbow patches.
Mm-hmm.
Just turned. Wait. Oh, CPAP machine. Okay. Still nervous. Glad to hang out. Yeah, that's normal, right? Teacher nurse. I remember my ex had to do that. He had to do those overnight things where they have to figure out what.
Yeah, where they have to get it timed in or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, hamster heifer.
Yeah, I don't think they're one size fits all with those. I think you have to go and. Yes,
Hey, Mary. Thank you, Mary.
I know.
I can't tell you how happy I am for you meeting Tommy. What a lifesaver. Oh,
that's a very kind
sweet thing to say. Hey, Jen Pookie. Thank you.
No, she's looking at me and making me feel guilty.
Silly. Pumpkin,
Yes,
yeah. Doesn't that hurt your neck a little bit?
Because it freaks me out every time you do it.
Okay.
Doesn't it kind of look like her neck is
strong choice of words?
It looks a little like it's going to break.
You get concerned.
Neck. I get very concerned.
It doesn't freak you out though. You just get overly
She just kind of let's. I feel like it's
hey, a super
newborn
chat.
And
Hi, Linda Perel.
And I should
it is kind of newborn like.
I should be supporting her dome.
Yeah. Attitude adjustment tax to distraction is appreciated. Lori Swenson. I'm happy to be here for you, girl. I love you. Thank you for your super chat.
And I'm sorry that we pick on your last name every time it comes up.
It's from a movie.
I feel bad about it, but I can't. It's so hard not to. It's Swanson.
Chauncey. Swammy? Brownie buttons. Hey, thanks for being a member, my friend.
We're not even close.
It gives Tommy anxiety. Mm-hmm.
No.
So we had a nice evening, everybody. We had a nice evening. We took Huxley out for pizza. Aw, thank you, Mama Smurf.
She looks like a Wookiee.
Love the jammies.
Don't you think
Mississippi love. I love that. Yeah, it's Wookiee-like, but that's what was chosen by the Lord.
Yes, yeah, I got that part.
Chosen by the Lord.
She has that little Wookiee nose. She looks like a small blonde Chewbacca.
If you knew how often I sing that when no one's around.
No.
I get out of the shower. I
wouldn't be surprised
and she's laying on the sheets and I go, kissed by the Lord, chosen by the Lord.
Yes, that actually doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
It's not uncomfortable for anybody at any time. Again, Mama Smurf, thank you. It's a little Ewok-ish, but in a beautiful way.
Maybe Ewok-ish.
It's very true, Reese. You two are a perfect match. Well, in these jammies we are. Otherwise? Are we?
We are.
Really? Do you really think so? Even though you heard my stream earlier, I'm kind of a lot.
We've had this conversation. You made it sound as if it bummed me out a little bit because you came out and made it sound as if I said, yeah, you're a lot and walked away.
He did. He said I was way too much. He didn't just say I was a lot.
Yeah. See, and that's how it sounds.
Yeah. That's not what I meant.
I said you're a lot, to be sure, is what I said.
Right.
But I wouldn't change it.
But you wouldn't change it.
That's what I said.
I would.
Your neck.
Thank you, BTV. Tommy and Reese, you both have inspired me to make an appointment for grief counseling. Original Anne.
She's asleep.
Maybe I'll even do group therapy. Watch me learn to connect.
Wow.
I love that.
How cool is that?
That's the biggest compliment. I love when someone shares something like that. Original Anne, thank you. That's incredible. Awesome. And I'm proud of you. Cute pajamas. Thanks, Brownie Buttons. I just wanted to say you two radiate love, vibes with each other. Crystal Moon, that is so kind.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to say.
Aww.
You know she's sleeping like this?
Tommy's a lot too, but you seem to fit it all in there.
Well played.
BTV.
Well played.
It's a lot. It's more length than, but thank you. Oh my God. I know. Hockeytown John, he got these for, Raymond got these for us. Is that the cutest thing? I love BTV with her. She's good tonight. She's on fire with it.
Yes.
I think you are lifesavers for each other. Oh, baby steps. That's such a nice thing to say, you guys. What do you think?
I think I'm supporting her head.
Okay.
Because I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Gerda?
I love this. Original Anne said, thanks all. It gives me palpitations, but I see both from Tommy and Reese that changes lives. I love that.
I do too.
Original Anne, I've always loved you. You've been around a long time. And there's our Armine. Love you, Armine. Now, you said to expect something today, I think. I don't know that it was. Can you track it for me? I don't know where you sent it. And I feel bad about this. Thank you, Armine. I love you. Hey, Mr. Pants.
It's Dr. Pants. He didn't go to 26 years of pants school to be called Mr.
Where'd you get those clothes? The pants store?
Toilet store.
Marissa Martin, thank you so much. So, well, she's just really looking at you.
She's, always there. Judging. Look at the kitten.
She's always judging a little bit. You know what? Like I said,
yes.
She was placed on earth for that because she knows more than we do.
Apparently.
And she's better than us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're okay with that because she was brought here by the Lord.
I would believe she's better than us in almost every way.
She is better than us in every way.
The exception of that might be the halitosis.
You know what?
I'm just saying. You know I'm telling the truth, babe. Come on.
Her breath? It's fine.
It's barking.
Oh, come on.
Please.
Oh, there's a slight tinge.
Feels paint.
Lisa Vining, I'm glad that you made it.
Feels paint. She's a great dog, though.
Oh, come on. It's just a slight odor of an anus. It's not that bad. It smells like you walked into a butthole and shut the door behind you.
It's exactly what it smells like. It's true. It's what it is.
It could eat the stitching out of a pair of Levi's, sure.
Yeah.
But it's lovable, and we don't mind. I don't mind.
Well,
I don't mind it at all.
No, I'm not making fun of the elderly. I am the elderly.
I am the elderly. Not quite, because I date the elderly, and you're not quite in that category.
Oh, what are we not dating?
My other boyfriend is 81.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm a replayer, but cool.
What was that? I'm sorry, your other what? Pool man?
I'm sorry, was this? I thought we were I didn't think we were exclusive.
Are we not in the tree?
I'm dating Harold.
Are we not in the tree? I thought we were in the tree. I guess there is no tree.
I'm a replayer, but cool to catch live. I love that. Wyvon. I love that. Welcome, babe.
Love the replay crew.
Oh, Sally. Mama said not, but I did it anyway. Misbehaving. I wash my hands to keep away from Satan. Well, we know all about that. We keep our hands clean. Oh, I love that smell too. It smells like wood chips and honey. It smells like a hamster cage. Oh, it's glorious. Linda, it smells so good, Linda.
Yeah.
That, not as much, but you know what? I don't mind.
Me either.
You know what? Who's Ken? Who the hell is Ken? Poor Ken. That was sad.
That was pretty funny. Come on.
You're welcome, Sally.
That was great.
Yeah.
Who
the hell is Ken? No, are we exclusive? Would you say it's solid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty exclusive at this point.
Locked in.
Mm-hmm. There's a dog looking at me upside down.
Yeah, and if we are going to be exclusive, this is part of the package deal.
Oh, I'm aware.
You have to love and kiss and love forever.
Can we just we'll stick with love?
Okay. Had about enough. Hi, Heather Clark.
There you go.
Okay. What was that? Do it again.
You got it. There you go. Got that taken care of. No? Thought that was pretty solid.
That's the worst.
She loved it. Look.
She didn't like it at all. She wants a real one.
She was going in for more. What are you talking about? She had the hands going and everything.
Little.
Yeah.
Are you too little? Did you know you were going to be this small?
She would have cashed in if she had known she was.
I love the Gemstones so much. Oh my God, it's my favorite show. You are fairly late, Linsanity, but you know what? We'll excuse it because we love you.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Oh, perfect then. Armine, then we're good.
You're just lucky I'm not wearing a watch. Doesn't happen very often.
Stick with love. My dog would never let me hold her like that. She would bite me. Yeah, a lot of dogs. If you guys could watch, I could literally like place her. I could place Gertie on a bed right now, and she would stay like this.
She does every time.
I do it every time. I pick her up like a baby. I place her down,
and she just
and she stays there. It's so cute. Oh, that's because she's from the Lord. You know what I think? Because I worked in senior living, all the ladies would carry her around and push her around in their walkers. And I think that's why we're so chill, but it also has to do with the fact that she's been kissed by a little Christ and the Lord, and she was sent here by the Lord. She's very heaven-like.
Yeah.
She is.
I'm
She's everything but the wings, honey.
I agree. Sorry.
Brownie buttons.
I feel
Neither.
like I'm in the jet stream. You know what I mean? Look at this shit. Just saying.
What are you trying to say?
Here, let me give you a pet. I'll steer that.
Neither of my beloved dogs are allowed to breathe their vile hellhound breath in my vicinity.
Okay.
I feel that way about Bo. Brownie buttons. I do feel that way about Bo. Hey, Blakey, he doesn't have bad breath.
He does not.
But he's so big. So when he comes over and just is like, I'm like,
you're steaming up my tail.
You're steaming up my tail. Jet stream.
It's like that. It's like the Bugs
GC.
Bunny, the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he gets his tail steamed up by the bowl. That's what Bo does when he comes over and breathes on you.
Reese is gonna bite you. Steer that. Hey, Amy. I went on my first date in 6 years today. I was looking for all the Tommy green flags he passed. Dang, Lucia.
I love it.
That's a big deal. I love that. Was he cute? Was it was his first name good? First names mean a lot to me. What all of it a pass? Well, you'll be on your way to getting down here real soon, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Wow, Linsanity, I've been in and out of the hospital. Aww.
You do deserve a trophy. Where is it?
I have way over there.
I will get up and get that for 5 years. That is absolutely legit.
Linsanity, that's amazing. He did stop eating the kitty poop, but that's because we put up a baby gate.
Yes. He's no longer allowed to dine on the kitty roca.
Sherry LeBron, we love you, by the way. I just want to say that. Remember, Sherry?
I do.
Sherry, we love you.
Linsanity. Yesterday too. Linsanity, congratulations. That's awesome.
Proud of you, girl. Sorry
really
you've been in the hospital, though.
Me too. It's awful.
Thank you, Shannon C. Yeah, I don't think her breath is that bad, but Tracy Murphy, happy birthday tomorrow.
Compared to what? Just out of curiosity.
That's enough.
No, I want to know what the bar is.
Compared to what?
Yeah, like if we're comparing it to say
a used diaper filled with Indian food.
Okay, yeah, that's fairly comparable.
Yeah.
It's not bad compared to that. Maybe add a little burnt hair.
Tomorrow is Tracy Murphy's birthday, babe.
Happy birthday. Happy birth. Yeah. You want to take that for me? No, don't laugh at me. It's the breath. Happy birthday,
She has
Tracy.
a request.
Can you get a damn? Absolutely. Damn.
And happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Tracy. Damn. No,
He's the cute.
It's the jet stream. Yes, you got me. I knew as soon as I said it too.
It's so cute.
The second it came out, I went, "Oh,
Babe, you are the cutest.
that's a short."
Crim and bug tussle. Did you know this?
I may be the only Crim and bug tussle.
You're so cute. Does everybody else agree? I think Tommy is so cute.
It's the pajamas.
Are you getting a high off of her breath?
I am.
Lumen.
Yes, you caught that, did you?
Everybody's saying it.
That one didn't come out quite right.
I don't ever do the damn. I'm not as good as it, VTD. Damn. I'm not as good at it.
No, yeah.
Damn. No, not really. It doesn't. It just falls flat for
You
me.
need bass.
What else did you want? Gertie just let out a huge sigh.
I was trying. No, seriously.
That was intentional.
That she
She's
did that to me?
upset.
She
Yeah,
did.
she's upset with you.
She did.
I don't mind smell at all.
The dog literally just went, didn't it? The hell was that? I mean, I love you. Why are you pointing her at me like it's a gun?
I'm not pointing her. She's looking at you. What do you want me to do? I
know.
keep picking her head back up and she won't. Lydia, damn it, Lydia. Keep your head this way.
That's the spirit.
Oh, you're gonna wear your jammies on the boat?
It's a good question.
Might look a little weird by yourself, but
I am.
when is the Nashville meetup?
I don't know yet.
What are we discussing tonight? We don't know yet, but John, don't worry. I'm going to tell you for sure. If you say damn in your Southern accent, it'll sound like Tommy. Damn.
That's not bad.
Oh, yeah, it kind of does. Damn.
No, that's better.
I'd rather be beat by a briar bush. I'll tell you what. Machine Gun Gertie. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you've met her?
She keeps doing it. I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you try being nice? Babe.
What?
I have smelled worse than that.
Recently?
It's been a hot summer. Eyes to see 33. Well, thank you. You guys are so cute. You always make me laugh.
Oh,
I love
that.
that.
Yeah.
Do you?
I
Because
do.
I do. I want to say, I haven't put bows in her hair because she would never allow that. Now, I did put bows on her collar when I married the third time, and she walked down the aisle, and she had bows attached to her collar, and it was the cutest part. I only went to that wedding for that and the food.
Good.
Yeah.
It was an excellent trade.
And you know what?
I don't.
That was some good food.
It better have been.
It was delicious. Sarah from Cali. Woohoo, figured
know.
out super chats.
Yes, I
Should
know.
change my name to what's Luddite mean?
I don't know. What
Sarah, what does that mean? But thank you for your
Luddite.
super chat.
What's
Rise
Luddite
higher.
got to do with it?
I have brushed her teeth. I just don't do it regularly.
You might want to maybe.
Well, you're not very flirty tonight, are you?
With the dog or with you? Right? Because I can be flirty with you. Here's the thing. You've got this wall of stench between us. You know what I mean? You want me to. What are you doing?
I'm trying to open this thing up. Hey.
Well, that'll keep you safe. That dog up there. Gertith, how you doing?
Oh, Goosebump, Luddite, and Jilbo said, bad with technology. Goosebump said, unfamiliar with new technology. I had no idea. I've never heard of that word.
That's a new one to me too.
Why are you staring at the Crim?
Maybe if I move to the other
She's
side.
keeping her eye on you.
And her, yeah, her eye. She's,
Look at that. It's Diane. Gertie Breath Mint Fun. She has sent treats for Gert
yes.
that help make her breath smell better.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Were they shit cakes? Just out of curiosity. Come on, that
Babe,
was fun. That was a good
It is
one.
not that bad.
Come on, that was funny. I'm just kidding. It's not. It is honestly not that bad.
If you loved your Tommy, you'd flirt through the stench of rot breath. It is not that bad.
You know what, Tampa B? In my defense, you haven't smelled it. You know what I mean? You haven't.
I love you, Lisa Vining.
Honestly, it's not that bad. As she said, it's just like stepping into an ass and slamming the door shut.
Yeah, but it's a clean. I mean, it's like a halfway clean one.
Yeah.
Let me smell again. Oh, I think it's beautiful. And I think it's more than perfect. Look at it from this angle, you guys. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's so cute.
It really is. There's no
Monkey's
question.
so little too, and really tiny, incredibly special, and just always beaming. Never made a mistake once in her whole life.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Oral B. Anything you want.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually coming from the doctor. Tommy's nose is bigger and more sensitive.
It's true.
Huh.
It's true. I have a much larger nose than everybody.
I love your nose. Don't even get me started. Especially when you nuzzle my the hood.
Yeah.
I love it when you do that. Don't forget now, because sometimes you don't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I like when you nuzzle into my neck too. Unless my beard is growing.
Really? Because I could probably do it. Hold on. Oh, so almost made it. I came so close. I had like 3 more inches.
Hey, that is so unkind.
It's a wave.
You look gorgeous, Liddy.
There's just something about Liddy. Look, does she look like something about Mary now or what?
No, she looks like she lives in Whoville. Hers looks like she's from Whoville.
She does look a little like she's from Whoville. She's so stinking cute, says Lori Lee. And she's right. No, she really is.
If you can't handle me at my Gertie breath, you don't deserve me at my Katie Fulton boobs.
Wow.
I agree with this.
You know what? That was
Is tonight a sex talk?
Painful. Who asked?
My nose is adorable. Well, thank you, Kristen Melinda. I always said my nose was a bit bulbous.
I don't not get that at all. What the hell?
Really?
I don't think you know what bulbous is. That's not bulbous.
I think it's fairly bulbous.
It's not bulbous.
She does look a bit like she wants to give up on life.
I beg to differ. What Gertie is, what you're seeing is an animal that is just as laid back as any other animal in the world. Mm-hmm. Until she comes up against, say, a Great Pyrenees or a wolf or maybe a bull.
A bull for sure.
At which time, well, no, she did it with the Great Pyrenees too. In fact, she bit one on the face.
She bit him in the face.
Which makes sense because he's 700 pounds and could eat her. It's probably not.
She's unafraid of everything because she came straight from heaven.
Yeah.
I love that. Alicia, how do I get a Gertie? Amber Vanass, I know. You just got to go to your local shelter. I kind of liked Goosebumps' idea.
The Oral B?
No.
Oh. I didn't get Goosebumps' idea. What was it?
What topic do you want tonight?
Any of the above. I'm wide open. I'm just waiting to hear what you were going to talk about.
Oh, so stunning. Unbelievable, really. Just unreal. I like the idea of kind of thank you, Sophia.
Daddy issues is a great subject.
Well, I think it's a good subject to have to talk about. And it's a spinoff from my last from my last live stream.
Okay.
And I was saying, and you were there because you were super chatting.
2 worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart.
You guys, I also have to say, and this has nothing to do with the daddy issues, but Tommy has the most sexy singing voice. I did get her at a shelter. She was thrown out of a car.
Oh.
And I had to wait to rescue her because she had broken ribs and her feet were broken.
Oh.
Yeah, no joke. And there was a line of people that wanted to, and I was second in line, and the first lady couldn't get her. And I showed up that day and said, yes, I want her. And there was like a 90-year-old woman there. And she said, am I going to have to fight you for that dog? And I said, you better believe it, Gladys.
Did you call her Gladys?
You better believe I did.
Wow.
Let's throw down right here, I said. Let's have a showdown, Gladys.
That would have backed me off.
It did.
Yeah.
She got a little nervous.
Yeah.
I said also, Gladys, you're 97 years old. It's unfair to be rescuing this child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just listened to it. I like Bishop Briggs VTV. You listened to it with me when I was driving to the hospital the other day. Hey, Lino. She did have a different name. Her name was
You mean it's not one you use on the regular? Because this dog has 30 names. You don't use one of them?
Delilah. They named her Delilah. And I would have stuck with Delilah, but my husband at the time, number one, he thought that she looked like Drew Barrymore from E.T. and her name was Gertie in it. And so he said, let's call her Gertie. And I said, well, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's better. Because there's that talk show host named Delilah, and she has that voice. Delilah.
Oh, you're little too, aren't you, though? But you don't look any older than you did. You look exactly the same and shit.
They should see her blow donuts. This dog gets into fifth gear and runs in like figure eights and donuts. It's one of the funniest things you've ever seen.
Oh, it is cute. Yeah, and she's about 11. And she gets the zoomies and goes absolutely crazy.
She does. She goes batshit crazy and runs in figure eights. It's one of the funniest
things.
We
love it. And we think you're just stunning.
And makes a lot of cool noises while she does it.
I think that you're the most beautiful little bird I've ever seen.
Yeah. I've always said she's a beautiful dog. And she'll cuddle up on you. Like if I'm laying in bed just chilling and trying to mind my own business, she will attack me. Does she not?
Yeah, she does. And she loves my mom for some reason.
She really does love your mom.
She loves grandma. Do you love to go to grandma's?
Have a problem with,
She goes over to grandma's and she says, I'm going to inherit all this land and all of this, and I'm going to take it all one day. And she's going to leave everything to me. And we say, that's not really how it works, but because you came from the Lord. Let's get to the topic.
She may think she's a kitty, Tampa Bay. That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. So in my earlier live stream, we were talking about some difficulties that I have with men, and perhaps how I, Lydia, I'm glad you made it. Perhaps how I fill those spaces with other men,
mm-hmm.
and I don't look inward to help myself. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't know that they have to be mutually exclusive, right? I mean, you can, first of all, in all honesty, the daddy issue thing is probably something that you don't have to be an armchair quarterback or an armchair psychologist to diagnose you as being fairly messed up by your dad. So it would be pretty shocking if you didn't have daddy issues, right? And I think that, and I've said this to you before, but I think that in both cases, the men that you picked are because of how you were raised. I think that you were seeking validation that you didn't get as a kid from an older man. And I don't think you seek that from me. I think I'm a much different relationship to you than have been your other.
Now, why do you say that? But first, let me read Karen Pooley. Hold that thought because I want to know the answer.
All right.
A lot say your first crush is your boyfriend's older brother. Not true. If dad does it right, a girl's first love is her father. So sorry, missed that. Okay. Thank you for your super chat. I don't know what that's like. Thank you, Lynn Sanity. I love that girl. Why would you say that I don't do that with you?
I think I'm a very different pick than your last two. Yeah, I'm a little bit older than you. A couple of years older than you. But I'm not nearly as old as most of the people that you have gone with, and I am a very different animal than the other guys that you've been with. You've gone for people who, with all due respect, were much more father figure kind of guys. And the Crim probably isn't really the father figure kind of dude as much. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, that was a bit of an issue for me, by the way.
Which part?
The age.
I'm not old enough?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a real thing for me. You are a little bit young for me. And I've had to adjust to that a bit.
Uh-huh. I think it's probably a very healthy thing that you have, because the fact that you pick people that old, I think the fact that I am not that old is says something about you maturing a little bit on the whole daddy issue thing. And the fact that I'm not the three-piece, the businessman kind of straight shooter kind of person my whole life is probably another indication that you're getting away a little bit more from that the nurturing father figure kind of crap you've been going after for the last 2 years. What do you think?
You're more of my equal.
Yeah, that's a way to put it.
Thank you, Rhonda Frank. You had virtually nothing in common with your most recent ex, except that you were both carbon-based. You and Tommy have way more in common. I agree with that for sure.
Are you sure he was carbon-based? Can you back that up?
Reese is healing, not needing daddy hubs. Yeah.
I think that's an interesting angle too.
And Amber has parent issues because of Scientology. Unfortunately, my dad gave my mom full custody of me, and she decided to raise me in the Sea Org. That's awful, and I understand. Baby Angel, I love you.
You're a good boy, Bo.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
You don't know how you feel about what?
I'm still highly attracted to older men.
Yeah, you've said that.
I am. I'm just being honest.
I know. I'm not mad at you, but I'm also aware of it. It is what it is. It's something that's brought on by there's the things that flip your switch. There's not much you can do about that. There really isn't. And you can be attracted to older guys. You just can't act on it if you're going to hang out with me. Right? Mm-hmm. And I won't be acting on anyone else that I may find attractive if I find anyone else attractive. Although I don't get out much. Don't look around much.
I also think it's good that you and I started as such good friends. I mean, we really locked in on each other with a friendship.
Yeah. And we learned to laugh without any pressure. I think that's kind of an important thing. If you really are just best friends with somebody of the opposite sex and you can learn to just laugh your ass off if something develops out of that, there's a lot less pressure to it, I think. Moose, be a good boy.
He is. He's just laying there.
I know, but that's my chair. Can't have him, scratching that up.
You're right. You won't. Hey, Island Life. I think that helps that we were friends first, but I'm just telling you that I'm figuring out right now in life that there are a lot of things that I seem to be like needing. I feel like there are things that I'm needing specifically from the opposite sex. And I'm trying to push that away and go, no, I can get that from me. I need to look inward.
Well, I think that looking inward is not a bad thing, but I don't think that it has to be one or the other. I think that you look inward and you learn to stand on your own, and then you choose to share your life with somebody, right? It's not one or the other, it's both. The people who have the healthiest relationships are people who can stand on their own. Right now they have plenty to give, and they're not the things that they need in a relationship. That's fine. You can need all kinds of crap. I think we all need things in relationships. That's why we seek them out.
I like that, Bethany. I think once you deal with your daddy issues, you won't be as attracted to the older men. There's safety for you with older men. There is, Pierre. There is something about that. Thank you, Catalina.
I agree.
Pierre is right. There's some weird safety factor for me with older men.
Well, there's with really older men, there's a level of control, right?
Ooh, that's deep. And you're right. I never thought of that before.
It's there's a lot of truth to it.
No, we were not dating at that point when Tommy moved to help me.
No,
but there was definite tension. I mean, yeah, we liked each other. And you guys knew that. I mean, we flirted all day on stream. Wow. I never thought of that.
No.
There's a lot of control. Well, not always. That doesn't mean just because you're an older man, that doesn't equal control. But I see where you're going with that. There is control. And for some reason, that doesn't feel bad. Control is not a bad thing for me. I don't think control and think bad, but that's a Scientology thing. LRH really harped on the fact that like you call it running control, run good control. That's what he would call it. You need to run control on people. And so we were taught that it wasn't a bad thing to run control. It's part of TR training. But I see where you're going with that. There, to me, is a lot of control with the older man beingness, makeup. And I'm attracted to that. Yeah. I like the idea of someone having control over me as long as I feel safe in that control. The ex did it in a bad way where I felt terrified. But I like the idea of feeling nestled in safely and under someone's control.
And I think there's nothing wrong with that if it's in check, right? If it's healthy. But one of the things that's important, I think it's important, and maybe you don't, right? Maybe it's not important, but I get really uncomfortable if there are things that I'm doing and I don't know why I'm doing them, right? I don't like the idea that my brain does things and it's just kind of on autopilot. So I spend an awful lot of time trying to pick apart the reasons that I do the things that I do and the reasons that I think things that I think. And you're a case study in what happens when a dad's a shithead to a young girl. I mean, you really are. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the guy didn't show any attention to you. It's one of the reasons that you seek attention from older men, right? He was completely absent. The guy wasn't even there on birthdays. Can't really be a shocker that you're seeking, attention from older guys. They're surrogates. It's what you didn't get as a kid, right? And when you get them that are really old and you have a relationship with them, you can control them from leaving, right? Your dad left all the time, left you home alone. Now, if you're with somebody that's older, you can kind of control that from happening, make sure that they're not leaving. And it's awful. It really is.
I see that. Nico, I think Tommy has helped you to stand on your own, to learn how. Your other husbands held you up. You may have needed it then. You've grown so much. That's a really good point. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for your super chat. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Yeah, I'm the same, Tommy. I always want you to dig to find out why I do things or think things. Yeah, me too. I like to go down the rabbit hole of why I do things.
If you figure that out, you can make necessary changes. If there are necessary changes, there may not be, but I don't know, if you deep dive in that, you probably aren't going to figure that out.
I wonder that too. I wonder if it was trauma bonding with Jeff. What is trauma bonding?
It's when people rally around trauma. When instead of having love be the catalyst in their life, trauma is. Very often it's people with very traumatic things in their life who really rally around that instead of the healthy things in relationships.
What would he have trauma bonded to me though with?
I don't know.
He probably didn't then. I trauma bonded to him, or do you have to do it together?
No, it doesn't have to be. I mean, usually it's trauma bonding is usually a two-way street, but it doesn't have to be. That cat is an absolute nut.
Yeah, it's because the sun went down and he becomes a psycho every time the sun goes down.
It's just a little bit of truth to that. He's getting better. I mean, he's not, but he could be if we
helped him. It's not as much risk with rejection. Yeah, older men are usually more settled and more predictable. That's a good point.
And here's the thing. Don't take this the wrong way, but there's also a level of control that you get over the older person. I mean, think about your first husband.
Teresa, I hope your partner's okay.
Your first older husband.
Yeah.
When a person's that age, they need an incredible amount of help, right? And there's a caregiving aspect of it that, you're so involved in the life. You're there and you're providing care, which you would have wanted to have done for your dad as well. It's really, really, it's horrific how badly a bad relationship with a parent can screw someone up for the rest of their life. And I'm not trying to play, a psychiatrist to your ex, but I think that he had some issues there too.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, BTV. And I see this: older men love to have younger women. There's probably something to that too. It's probably similar to the way I like an older man. They like to be able to
they like to feel smarter. They like to feel
Yes.
superior. And if they've been alive 20 years longer, they know more.
Mhm.
Just by default, they know more. They lived through it, right? You talk about the Reagan years, they were there, right? They didn't read about it in the book. They lived through it. There's something to that. I don't think that's what it is with me. I think with me, it's just that I'm really, really immature. I'm heinously immature. So I need women that are younger than me so that we, match up better. That, and I prefer the way the young ones look.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Not kidding.
Yeah, I can't tell by your face. You're so uncomfortable. What is it? Is that true?
What? Is what true?
I mean, if I was your age and I was a man, I would definitely date younger women.
Okay. Excellent.
Your ex may have trauma from being adopted.
That could be weird
What'd you
mommy
say?
issues. Lisa Trimble.
Lisa, I think 100%. Yeah, that's probably true. He asked you out when you were vulnerable. Yeah, he did. He did. I think those men feel confident around younger women because the emotional level is the same, but they have more experience. So there's a lower dynamic that benefits the men.
And it also strokes the older guy's ego, right? Look, I'm with a young woman, and there's something to that. Have some water.
Yeah, and sometimes I like this. A good man sees the innocence in a younger woman, and he wants to show what unconditional love is.
You know what? I think that's lovely.
I think that's true. I don't always think it's something weird.
No,
For me, it wasn't something weird.
No, I agree with that.
Fred was poor. It's not like I'm going. I mean, I think a lot of people get the idea that like, oh, you're just a gold digger. No,
I don't think that's what. I don't think that had anything to do with it.
It's got nothing to do with money. I promise.
That does not never got that vibe.
Reese, Tommy does not appear to be controlling at all, and he sees you as an equal. Does that scare you a bit? No, it doesn't scare me. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to it.
It scares you a little.
I don't know if it scares me. I don't know if scare is the word. I think it's a challenge because I don't know quite the dynamic on how to play on that playing field.
You know what it is? I think a lot of it too. And this, the longer that we're together, the easier this is going to be. But you still don't have a handle on this. You're an intelligent person thing yet. And I think that the longer we're together, the more that'll start to really sink in. You have a struggle between what is intelligence and what is knowledge, because they're two very, very different things, right? Intelligence allows you to amass knowledge, but they're very different. The fact that you haven't learned certain things yet doesn't mean you're not intelligent. It just means that you have not yet tackled that subject matter, and sometimes you confuse those two. But you're wildly intelligent, and the more you come into your own on that, the better off you're going to be, in my opinion.
Do you think I ever will?
Absolutely. You're doing it more every day. You talk more, you talk less about being stupid and things like that, so much less now than you used to. And I know, because it drives me insane when you do it. And just to be honest, it absolutely drives me insane, but it happens so much less frequently now. You do it less and less and less every day. And you've been great, because I've told you that it bums me out, and you have been great about not doing it. And that means a lot to me, by the way. True story.
I just think with you, I feel like Shelly just said. Yeah, I like that. I think Reese will probably do a lot of testing in the relationship till she feels secure. The last man exploited your trauma. Yeah. And that's the truth there. And I think another thing with Tommy is he makes me feel, I don't feel nervous. How many questions a day do I ask? All day long. I'm like, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does that concept mean? What does that word mean? Thank you, Alicia. Don't I?
You do. And I think it's one of the most refreshing things in the world.
Well, I'm glad. But my point is, you're probably the only person I'm that comfortable with. I don't like I'm saying, the ex would truly make fun of that. And so I couldn't get to the learning part of it because I was too busy feeling embarrassed about what he would say. Like, why don't you know that? Everybody knows that. Were you the only person that doesn't know that? I mean, he was too busy, like, It
just says what an asshat he is. I'm sorry, but God help us. Can you imagine saying that to somebody that asks you something?
I love Teresa. You are so wise. You are soaking up knowledge like a sponge, and you are so motivated and curious. You are already worlds above educated. Folks I've met who think they know it all. Teresa, thank you. That's so, I love Teresa. I loved meeting her in the Zoom call.
Yep.
And thank you for
right.
saying that.
And
Well,
you are like a sponge. How often do you hear me say that?
You do say that a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. You amass not. It's like why, and I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but it's honestly, it's like watching a kid learn. You know what I mean? Where the amount of stuff that you're learning and the speed that you're learning it at, every 3 to 4 months, what you're picking up is doubling. You know, it's incredible. It really is.
Wow. Well, you're really good at teaching it, and I feel safe with you because I know you're not going to make fun of me. I know you're not going to laugh. I know you're not going to go, you should have learned that in 4th grade. He used to do that to me all the time. He'd be like, you did go through 5th grade. You should have learned that. Like, he would say shit like that. Like, my mom was a teacher. You should at least know that. Like, do you know how embarrassing it is when somebody says that shit to you? Because it's like, oh, okay. Like, I don't really want to ever open my mouth again because I'm embarrassed.
Do you know the good news? I'm not rare. I'm really not. You're going to find that most people on planet Earth are like me. He was rare. He's an asshat. Most people aren't like that. Most people, honestly, groove to anyone asking questions, right? We love people that ask questions. We love answering questions. It's especially in our country. It's very uniquely American. We want to tell you everything.
Well, thank you, babe.
Oh, that's the truth.
You have been told many times that you aren't good enough or disappointing. You are good enough, and you are. Thank you, Ivy's mama. And Casey Key, Reese, do you feel seen when with Tommy? I believe you do. I do. Yeah, a lot of the times I do. There's honestly some things that I feel like I need more of that I was talking about earlier, like just the validation. Sometimes I feel like I need more of, but then he overdoes it and fills my cup in other places where I'm like, oh, I needed that. So it's just a balance thing for me. I think just woman wise, like feminine wise, I feel like I need a lot of attention. And that's a me problem for sure. And I can't expect that out of any partner that I have. But I think that's one of the reasons I went to him, the ex, all the time. And I was like, do you still like me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do you? And he would go like, yes, stop asking me that. And it was really frustrating. But I think it's because I'm searching for that.
It gets back to your dad.
Did much not to feel therapy, mental age help. Yeah. Crystal Moon. I love that.
Whether you realize it or not, this is the kind of thing that your dad should have said. And it may sound crazy, but it lasts a lifetime. Right? A father telling a daughter that she's beautiful literally lasts a lifetime. And you don't then go out and try to find that validation in other men. And that's what, sadly, your shithead father did.
Yeah. But now I'm
you're
looking for it. Oh, stop.
Now you're
but I feel like I seek it out now so much.
You do.
And it does make me wonder if like I'm overly flirty now at this point in my life. I wasn't in my 20s so much, or even more my 30s. But like as I've gotten older, I feel like now I don't cross lines with married men. I don't mean it like that. But if I see a guy that's like flirty with me, I'm like, oh, hello. Like I feel like I need that to a certain degree. Like I like it when a man gives me attention. And I hate that about myself lately. I'm like, why do I need that? But I feel like I need it. Reese, your emotional intelligence is off the charts. Wow. Way beyond most people. The way you deep dive into your subconscious and do the hard work in yourself is incredibly intelligent. Baby Angel, wow. What a nice thing to say.
It really is.
You have been through so much, and look where you are now, and you made it. You are much smarter than you think you are, and stronger. Rhonda Frank, that is such a nice thing to say. I just feel like I want to keep striving though, and searching and trying to work on me. Elena, you and Tommy make a great team. You are equals. Being curious is great. Ask all the questions. Yeah, he doesn't mind, and I love that. Elena, thank you for that super chat. You're gonna get even out. Oh, it's kind of a pendulum effect. You'll get bored of the surface attention eventually. Maybe. Yeah. Everyone wants attention from the ones they love. Tampa B, that makes me feel better about it. That is natural. Is it?
Yeah. Is it natural to want to get it from everybody? Probably not.
Yeah,
is it natural to get it to want it from the people that you love? Yeah, I think that's fairly natural.
Do you think that, like, chat, I have a question for the women. Like, those of you that had really good dads that, you were close to, that you felt like, fulfilled what you needed. Do you feel that way in life now, or do you feel more secure, like you got that as a child? And I don't know, Reese, the fact that you never want to stop learning and growing is exactly what makes you so intelligent. Teresa, that's very nice. It's true. I do not want to stop learning. I feel like I'm so behind on what you guys know. And it makes me crazy that I don't know it. Like, I need to know it tomorrow. I need to know it. I need to know it. I want to know everything that everybody else knows. Tommy gives good loving. You're not going to get bored of that. That's true, BTV. Hey, April Goodson.
Good to see you, April.
I would like to know the answer to that for the women. Like, you had a really good dad.
I did.
You have sisters.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like that made them into better, like...
Absolutely. And I have two really well-rounded sisters, right? Really, that have done fantastic in life, and then, have husbands they've been with a long time and are very, very happy, and have good lives. And I think it really went a long way to, some people may know it's in the book anyway. But my baby sister we adopted, and the relationship that she had with my dad, she loved my father before she loved anybody. Like, before she loved my mom, or it was you adopt a child, it was a tough transition. But she fell in love with my dad. And I remember when her birth father died, I called her on the phone and said, I'm so sorry. And she said, that's not my dad. She said, my dad is at your house. So she's like, she said, she did really, and his death was really, really hard on her, but no, I watched my dad do amazing things with both of my sisters, and they're great women. They're blessed to be Hill.
A lot of people are answering how you said, like, I had a great dad and I don't seek validation now.
Yeah. And they went after guys who were great guys. They really did. I may not get along with both of them because they're very different than I am, right? But they're great guys. They, what I mean? They take care of my sisters, and they're good providers, and they're good men. They really are. They're not exactly like me, but very few people are. Thank God.
Have Barney asked you a question?
Okay. Do I have a daughter? I do. I have a daughter we call Cedar.
Interesting, Tampa B. I seek validation for other men in my life.
And I think that you're right there, Gerd.
He put his leg on her.
Yeah, she doesn't like her. That's the small dog upset that he put his.
Yeah, she is a lucky girl. I worry that this won't change because that never got filled.
Which part won't change?
The constant need.
It probably won't, but your understanding of it will.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to, and maybe you do have an understanding of it. Like, I think that was probably one of my ex's biggest problems, and it doesn't matter. He wouldn't have fixed it anyway if he knew. But I think the guy in my life has to know this is a bigger, issue than if I were with a woman. Like, I'm having to pay for what her dad did. And you have to be okay with that with yourself.
That's I think that's every guy who marries a woman of any kind. If her dad was great and she had a perfect father and everything was fantastic, there'd be some other area in life that they're going to need something different. Everybody that I've ever been with there was some area in their life that created a deficit of one kind or another, that, you either have to be somebody that can provide for that, or it's probably not going to work. And it's not the end of the world that needs to be there. But I think that the longer you're alive, the more you sort of come to understand the things that you need. And maybe that understanding makes it, I don't know, healthier, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Because you realize that part of you was missing or lacking, and you understand the balance of why it's not there. You may not be able to change or fill it, but I think I understood really well what you just said.
Like, there are parts of me that are never going to be right, and that's Probably I spent too much time doing dope, right? But there are parts of me that are never going to be right. But the understanding that those parts aren't right. So when I start acting like an ass, I'll go, oh, this is because I'm not quite right. Right. This is because I spent way too much time doing this, or this. And the reason that I have to do this, the reason I need an external friggin' hard drive, the reason I got to write in a journal 3 times a day, right, is because of all of the things that I did earlier on in life. It's not the end of the world that I got to write in a journal 3 times a day, but it is how I have to be. And I think that the longer we survive any of this shit, the more we understand ourselves.
Yeah.
Makes the relationships easier too, I think.
That's really well said, babe. Was your dad raised Scientology? He was not. He got into Scientology in his early 20s. It might have been around 19 or 18 even. It was like 1968 or something like that. Yeah, because he was born in, I think, 49, and I think it was around age 19. And he's now like 75. He's been in it for a long time. I had a good dad, however. I was told I was never enough by my parents. I was not smart or could do anything. Wow. It has always played a part in my adult life. Michelle, I get it, and I'm sorry. That's horrible.
Me too.
That sucks. It really does. I am just now, that's what I was saying. If I ran into my dad now, I feel like I would have a lot to say, because raising kids is no joke. Like, things get remembered forever. You know, you do damage that can't be undone. And
thank God you're aware of that.
But I also wonder for you, like as a man, not just you, but speaking for men, like, do you have to be in tune with that with the woman you're with? You've been married a couple of times. Like, do you identify like, okay, she has this specific,
Absolutely.
Key that needs to be turned?
Absolutely.
You do.
Uh-huh.
And the question is, are you willing to do it? I was married to somebody who is not willing, who is like, you're going to have to bend to my will, not, I'm not willing to give you this because you lack it.
Well, anybody that says, that was a bad match, obviously. I mean, anybody that says this is your need and I'm not going to fill it, you shouldn't be dating, much less married to, right? You shouldn't even be a friend of, because that's just really, really messed up. The person that you're with has to make allowances for who you are, no matter what those allowances are. And the fact that you need some more attention or validation shouldn't be the end of the world. It really shouldn't. But again, it gets back to the all never ending, communication. Right?
I have a question.
Sure.
Based on what you just said. Yeah, Teresa. So that's a fine line for you as a man, but not just a man, my partner. How do you balance the two, recognizing she definitely needs more validation here and I have to provide that, but I'm not going to play filling the daddy role, like the not go into the unbalanced, unhealthy side of it where I'm going to overfill her cup because she didn't have a good dad.
Well, I think that the conversations like this are key, right? I really think conversations like this are key. And here's the thing that, since we're not talking hypotheticals and we're talking about the two of us, I'm not right? I have some very serious issues that from my youth that have left me. I had great parents, but I had some other shit that happened to me that hasn't, I'm no USDA grade A either. So I have, and you've been pretty understanding and accepting of my issues. And I think that's what a relationship is, because there are no perfect people. I never met any of them anyway. And so if you're lucky, it's not that you find the perfect person. You find somebody who realizes you're fucked up and that they can work with that. And I'm sorry, but I think that's what it comes to, right? A perfect relationship is where both people go, I can absolutely live with that kind of screw up. You're fantastic. And whatever the problem is good enough. And I think that that's what makes a good relationship. Not that, what the hell is the perfect person? It's just somebody that makes you happy when you're together, and that can say, you got some screw ups, I got some screw ups, but I would imagine that together we could probably make this thing work.
I like that VTV, and I like that.
You're like,
I just wonder. Well, no, I haven't read it. It's your love language, words of affirmation, and then touch. Just a guess. You should take the love. Oh, I did. I am 50-50. Words of affirmation, and I think it was personal touch. It might have been quality time, though. I think actually I was words of affirmation and quality time. And then I was third in line on personal touch or touch, physical touch, not personal, physical. I just wondered how you felt though about um the dad part of it, like not fulfilling that specific, I don't know. And maybe there isn't a way to, yeah.
absolutely no, there absolutely is. The fact that we're having this conversation, right? That's honestly, I think. Did you ever have this conversation with your ex?
Thank you, Yvonne. Oh, hundreds of times.
And what was the outcome of that? Because I think that the fact that you have a conversation about this and that it gets brought to light is what keeps those things in check, right?
I had this conversation a lot, and because I needed it so bad, I would say, I need this from you. You are my husband, and I have to have this. I can't, I
No,
need
you
it.
misunderstood my question. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, did you ever have a conversation where the two of you talked about the dad issues and all of the things? I think that if I don't know, sometimes I'm it is what it is.
Yes, we did. And I think it was unhealthy there because he fulfilled that role in a creepy way.
Yeah.
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 Like he called himself daddy around
always,
me.
That's always lovely.
Yeah, it really bothered me. It was very uncomfortable for me and confusing. I remember the first time he did it, and like he would say, like, do that for daddy. And I was like,
oh my God.
What? I've slept with a lot of men and I'd never had that issue before. I'd never had anybody talk like that. So I think he wanted to fulfill that role in a very unhealthy way. And I remember feeling very confused. Like, what? Like, I remember feeling that. I was like, what just happened? I'm very confused right now. And I don't usually feel myself being confused.
Well, if I ever do anything that confuses you, stop me instantly when I do it and go, hey, that's really, really confusing, because honest to God, and everybody else, listen up. If somebody does something that makes you uncomfortable like that, stop it immediately. For real. Don't go, oh, maybe he digs it or whatever. As a guy, I'd rather jump off a bridge and then hear something 9 years later where someone goes, oh yeah, you did that for like 10 months and I just hated it. No guy wants to do that.
Yeah,
Just
but I
tell
bring
him.
everything up. I brought that up. He was fulfilling his need, not
Oh,
yours.
that's so effing gross.
That's a good observation though from Kathy Ann.
What a creep.
Not drinking, still love you both sober. I love that, Tampa B.
You can drink.
It definitely was gross, guys, but I do think there was something under the surface there
Love you,
for
Tampa
him
B.
too. I think that person also had some serious parental issues in general. But yeah, I think he was very gratifying for him to call himself daddy. He did it a lot, and every time I would do this, like, ugh, it's so uncomfortable for me. It's really uncomfortable. I've never shared that before, but it was dark for me.
Yeah. On the bright side, I walk out on that shit. Honest to God. Like if someone does something in an intimate moment and I go, hey, that makes me uncomfortable, and they do it a second time, they will never see me again. I promise you.
Yeah, because that's super
No,
disrespectful.
I just dig intimacy, right? And if I can't trust you, then we're not going to be intimate. So if I go, hey, I don't like that, you do it again, that's it.
Yeah.
In order to have a good time, like I'm not trying to turn this into a sex show, but in order to have a good time, you have to be wildly relaxed. You got to just let yourself go. And if the things that the person you're with does makes you uncomfortable, then sex sucks. Intimacy sucks.
Yeah.
Not just sex, all of it. Intimacy, right? Laying next to somebody, holding someone's hand, watching a friggin' movie on a couch. It just sucks.
I thought of that too. Probably needed that because his mom treats him like a little boy still.
Oh, it's so friggin' creepy. Really
Yeah,
is.
but there is something to that. And I thought that too. Once I figured that out later on, I mean, you guys know this, he would have speaker conversations. And she's much older and she would constantly, it gave me chills every time. It was like this. He'd go, hello, mother. And she'd go, how's my baby? Or she'd go, how's my little boy? And I was like, again,
He's 70 something.
he's 66. And she's in her late 90s. And it was so uncomfortable for me every time. It's odd though, right?
Yeah. It's a little odd.
And you do have to be able to talk about it. Like Teresa's saying there, you have to be able to talk about it. And there was no chance at talking about it. You know, I would try to talk about
And
it.
that's what I meant when I said, "Did you guys talk about it?" You weren't talking about it.
Of course I
You
tried,
yeah,
but it
trying
was
and
shut
talking.
down.
Yeah, trying. And
He
talking.
literally would put his hand in my face like this. He did it all the time. Get that close to my face. And I would go, get your fucking hand out of my face. I hated that. It would get like an inch to my face. And he'd just go, I'm not doing this with you. And I was like, yeah, that's not respectful. Don't put your hand in my face.
Once again, God bless you. Because I would go, if you do that again, you're never going to see me again. Right? There's just certain things that
I tried that and I did that, but at some point, I mean, that was something I shouldn't have done, because after a while he would go, oh, wait, is little Miss Scientologist going to threaten me to leave again and disconnect? What are you going to do? Disconnect from me, little Miss Scientologist? He did that shit to me all the time. And that was my own fault for threatening it and not following through.
You got to follow through.
Yeah. And I didn't, because I didn't have the money to leave.
Well, you did now, didn't you?
Because everybody helped me to do that.
God bless all of yous, for real.
Yeah, his mom
I mean that.
and the oh yeah, I thank these people every day. His mom and the relationship was super. Something's not right there. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you, but something's not right. I used to see, yeah, you did what you had to do to survive. Do not be hard on yourself. Yeah, it's just it went on for too long. Yeah, Pierre, for sure. For sure. Anyway, I just realize now more than ever that I have some pretty deep-seated issues there of things that I didn't get, that were gifts that should have been given to me as a child to set me up to shape who I was going to be as a woman.
No question.
And instead, I went and became a drug addict, and then I started having sex with random people to validate and fill that void, and it never worked.
I know that too. I did plenty of that shit with dope and people and all that. Sex.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah. And I'm not happy with myself for that. And I feel like it's all kind of coming to the surface now. And I want to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't think you should beat yourself up about it. I really don't. I think you take it in stride. This is the hand that you dealt, right? And it sucks, but it is the hand that you dealt. And you like to you have a real problem with saying the victim word. But you know what? You were victimized, and that's it. It's how it works. Right? Take it. It is what it is. I got victimized too. And then you move on and you go, I'm not going to be a victim anymore. Right? I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I'm a grown man. I'm no longer going to be a victim ever again. So if people step on that and people infringe on that in any way, I fall off into the night. I'm not going to put myself in those positions ever again. That's the beautiful thing of being a freaking adult. And how many times have you heard me say, I don't have to do anything? It's my favorite expression on earth. I don't have to do anything. I'll say, hey, I'll do that for you. Oh, you don't have to do that. I don't have to do a thing. Everything I do because I want to. And you know why I make such a big deal of that? Because for 13 years, I did exactly what I was told because I had no friggin' choice.
Yeah, you didn't have any freedom.
And I will never, ever be that person again. So if I'm doing something, if I'm here or if I'm there, or whatever I'm doing because I want to do it. Believe that. Kind of a big deal for me.
It is a big deal. I know that. I know that about you. I did not get a new therapist. No. And I didn't even know Katie Fulton was in here.
Hey.
This is so healthy. Instead of burying issues and ignoring or deflecting them, transparency is key. I think I'm not one to speak. No, I think you're absolutely right, Katie. And I think we're learning that together. I like that too, Mike. You gain wisdom from experience. You learn better ways to be human and gain compassion for other people's scars. That's a really heavy thing to say.
Wow.
I like that. Mike, welcome. I don't recognize you.
Beautiful thing to say. For real.
Aw, that too. Tommy has a choice and he chooses Reese.
A lot of truth to that.
I agree. Elena Rainaman, this group is awesome. Thank God we got Reese out of there. Yeah, he had zero respect. Elena, and you were a part of that. Everybody here was a part of that. You guys just didn't know it. I couldn't tell you. But I was saving up every super chat you gave me, every Venmo, every PayPal, everything. And when I was able to, I told you guys, he tracked my phone And I made an appointment with the divorce lawyer, and I parked like 3 blocks away, and I left my phone in my car so that I could go in there and talk to the guy, and he didn't know where I was. So anyway, yeah, that was a wild time, Lino. It was. And I'm so happy to be away from it. I'm
Me
so
too.
happy to be away from it, for
Me
sure.
too.
But yeah,
The day the lawyer called and said you were divorced was a great day.
I
It really
dove
was.
into your whole body.
Yeah, I
Tommy
got
was
full tackled.
You did. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've healed.
Have your ribs healed?
I have.
They called and said your divorce went through early, and they were like, you need to come pick up the divorce papers. And I literally hung up the phone and I dove into Tommy's body, and I was just like,
Honestly,
I think I cried.
Game.
I had like his head. I was just like wringing his neck. I was so excited. I was hugging him so hard.
Yeah, I was standing near a bed. She literally tackled me like a football player. At first, I thought you were angry.
Really? No.
You took me out. But then she giggled for 30 minutes.
I don't think Raymond's here, but I sent him a
prison.
picture. Yeah, it was.
Shelly, that's right.
Danielle, I was late and lurked for a bit. I love this conversation. As long as you two never stop communicating the way you are now, you'll only continue to strengthen. Absolutely.
Probably a lot of truth to that.
John, I don't recognize you. It's not your fault because he treated you like shit. It is not your fault because of his mommy issues. That's a good point.
Both solid points. And hopefully he comes to grips with those. You know what I mean? I mean that.
You know, I always hoped for that, and it never happened, but I thought maybe one day, and I'm not hoping for this, but let's face it, she's in her late 90s and she won't always be here. And I thought maybe one day when she's not here anymore, he can see a therapist or process through that. Because I feel like the loss of her is going to take some adjustment for him and go through some mental things. And
no chance in hell, sadly. And you know why? Because for all of the talk about Scientology and everything else, he's a dude that views all of that as a weakness. He's one of those cats. And there are plenty of people with penises on this planet who think that if you talk to a therapist, you're a wimp.
That's true.
And it's, I'm here to tell you.
Well, and it was all me.
It's courageous. What's that?
He was constantly like, why am I paying for this therapy? You're still nuts. Go see your therapist. I'm sick of paying for this. It was weird. Reese, being such a control freak, didn't he question where the money was going? Absolutely. But I told him pretty quickly that I filed once I filed.
Yeah.
But before I filed, he constantly, as soon as I started making money on YouTube, it was immediate hand. He was like, I'm going to need that money. We never had joint bank accounts, not ever. I never wanted to commingle any of that. All of a sudden, when I started getting the super chats and making the money that I was saving to get divorced, he was like, we need to get a joint bank account together. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. Now, he did have me Venmo him quite a bit of money. He needed money and I gave him money, which is why I think it's funny that he started this whole thing about me making money. I was like, yeah, you took a lot of it. I don't understand. But yeah, no, he definitely was a control freak about that.
Hey, jealousy.
Tired, babe?
No, I'm really not. That wasn't a tired yawn.
He would make a great Scientologist, Lori Lee. Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah.
You're going to go live anyway, so we can hop off here.
Although, by way of full disclosure, I scheduled it a little later tonight. So.
How late?
Well, I can go now, but I'm saying I didn't schedule it at 9, which is good because I'd be late.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're good. Head on over to the boat. I'll see you guys there. Not you. Although you can head over to the boat too if you want. Well, thanks, Quibs. Thanks for hanging out with me in your silkies.
Yeah, it was nice being in our silkies. I was hoping to take them off. I'll wait for you.
Okay, then. All right, let's wrap this puppy up then.
It is Friday night, you know.
It's another Friday night and I ain't got nobody.
Yeah, but today is panty hamster day, shaving the hamster.
Woohoo!
So I want you to make sure that you take advantage.
Yeah, game on.
Chrissy, Reese, the relatable in your name is so true for me. I don't talk much here, but I need you to know how important watching you heal is for me. I mean, I've been through some stuff. Love you. That is so nice, Chrissy.
I love that.
And thank you for sharing that.
You are very relatable. Do you remember when I said that to you?
No, Debbie Zito.
The first time.
Love you, Shelly.
The first time I went on your show, I said, boy, you could not have named that any better.
Relatable?
Yeah, although Real Table is better, but I didn't know that was an option at the time.
That was Drunk Barb.
Yes.
Tommy, you've worked on yourself. Yours much wider. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Crystal Moon. It's very kind.
VTV. I'm sorry. What is it?
Every Friday?
Every Friday? That was so funny.
Yes. it
I'm
really
sorry. Every Friday, I go back and watch that all the time. Jake, you gonna stop by later?
is. Good chance.
Yeah.
Good chance.
I'm starting to rack up quite the tab with Jake.
Mean it.
Every time you get off your shift, you come over, and I don't understand. I can't tell if it's because I pay you well.
No. No, boy. That's it. Now we're demonetized. Well
I got some of that side boob because I don't have any actual
Stop.
cleavage. Okay.
Sorry.
How dare you? I don't know what was going on with you that night. But
You did
weren't
you
quite
did
yourself.
drop real table Reese.
Yeah, you
don't-
called me real table Reese.
Yeah, several times actually. The first one was funny.
I love her. She's so funny. I'll send a PayPal for Jake. Send it to me so I can pay Jake. Good
That's the
Lord.
spirit.
The jammy hamster.
It
VTVs. I love her. She's full of them.
is that's perfect.
Yeah, these are good. We thank Raymond.
Yeah, we do.
We love Barbara sober or drunk. Yes. Love the boob grab.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Thank you, Shelley.
Doesn't sound like something I would have done.
Head over to the boat. And we love you guys.
Alrighty, everybody.
I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me tonight. I'm going to be doing a lot of this stuff on my channel. I kind of want to do some deep dives. I want to do some streaming. And see, I have this side boob action, but I have no actual cleavage. Do you guys see that?
Don't show your side boob. All right,
Okay.
people. That's a wrap.
I don't understand. It's not going to. I would wear a dress like that.
All right, then.
It's sad that your giant hand doesn't. You could fit 10 of those in your hand.
No, I couldn't.
That's
No, that's a
sad.
handful.
Sober. She's sober as a judge,
Yes.
not a jester judge.
I was about to say a jester judge on the way to the lake.
I love you guys. I have no money. I'm old.
That's right.
That's a good
I
one.
have no money.
I have no money. All right, guys, hop over to the boat. Come over to Relatable Reads. Subscribe over there. Subscribe over here.
Speaking of deep dive,
Speaking of a deep dive
that was a deep dive.
with your nose, I like when you nuzzle it.
Alrighty then.
All right, we'll do that in about an hour. Try to keep it to an hour if you can.
I could.
All right, then. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Everybody have a good night. Head over to the boat. Thank you for being here. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
listening, and thank you for your super chats and all of your service. Thanks so much.